Before choosing tablewares for a restaurant, we should understand these two differences in the ceramic place. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Where we choose the tablewares for restaurants, we may focus on the appearance of the tablewares and pay a little attention to the qualities of the tablewares. But the managers of the high-end restaurant knows that the qualities of the tableware is the most important. In these videos, we will introduce you to what high temperature porcelain and the low temperature porcelain and how to distinguish them. At the end, we recommend a set of the exquisite ceramic plates designed by Rome groups, which will definitely surprise you. This channel will share with you a variety of the relevant knowledge about the ceramic plates, including the material recommendation of the ceramic plates and the attention of selecting the ceramic plates and how to use the ceramic plates for your restaurant to get better visual effects, etc. If you are interested, remember to highlight the small bells and extras and follow our thesis news. High temperatures porcelain refer to the porcelain that is the fire at high temperatures about 1200 degrees and after the porcelain body is glazed. At these temperatures, the glaze appear to a porcelain brand can vary porcelain. All porcelain is very fine, relatively hard, and porcelain surface assurance is high should not be the scratches, and the sound is very crisp. And no match high temperatures porcelain surface glaze and the sands and pure white and waters the absorption is very low, easy to clean. And the glaze used on porcelain is also very diverse and not as long as the glaze waters are used in the porcelain and the cement. And for example, the glaze waters used in the high temperatures porcelain is different from that is used in the low fire porcelain. Low temperature porcelain refers to porcelain that is fired at temperatures between the 600 and 900 degrees after the porcelain body is glazed. Because the temperatures can be reached high temperatures porcelain, so the glaze layers on the surface of the porcelain cannot compress porcelain. And that is the very not very nice. And the hardness is not as good as the low fire porcelain, and the stress of the porcelain surface is the relatively low and is very easy to prescribe. Over time, the glaze or crack on the porcelain may leak. And there are 5 main differences between the high temperature porcelain and the low fire porcelain. First one, the high temperature porcelain can be fired against in the high temperatures, and low temperature porcelain is not. What's more, the water absorption rate of the high temperature porcelain is lower and less than the 0.2%, and it is not easy to absorb the outdoors. And low temperatures porcelain is high water absorption and not easy to clean. Then the sound is very clean and crisp because it is a complete porcelain. Low temperatures porcelain sound is relatively down. And harder than the low fire porcelain, its surface shine is high and not easy to scratch. The color of the high temperature porcelain is more white and the feel is smooth and delicate. And the colors of the low temperature porcelain will be some yellows and the feel is rough. There are 5 simple ways to distinguish between the high temperature porcelain and the low fire porcelain. First, the colors is the high temperature porcelain is mostly white porcelain pure, and blues and white porcelain the green colors are mostly low fire porcelain. Second, and is the feel. High porcelain one glaze the porcelain feels more smooth, and low temperatures one is the slightly rough. Then the sound of the knocking. The sound of the high temperature porcelain glaze porcelain knocking is the more crisp, and the sound of the low temperature porcelain glaze is porcelain is knocking like is relatively down. Fourth, the textures of the ceramic sounds. The hardness of the high temperatures porcelain glaze porcelain is stronger than that of the low one, and the low temperatures glaze porcelain is more freckles. Fifth point, water absorption capacity. The water absorption rate of the high temperature porcelain is not very high, and you can clean on without washing the detergent, and the water absorption rate of the low one is the highest, and the detergent is needed. After watching the above videos, I would recommend a set of the design from the Rome Goods for you. This is a set of the ceramic plates carefully designed by Rome Goods, and we can see that this material is mainly white at the base, and many small strokes and adds on the press surface to make the press less monotonous than the ordinary. And at the same time, until these circles on the design on the edge and of the press to make the press more precise. And the ceramic press use longer edges reinforcement process to make the press last long and more fall resistant. Thank you very much for watching our videos. I hope all restaurant owners have a certain understanding of the difference between the high temperature porcelain and the low temperature porcelain. And we have to figure out what kind of materials to buy. If you'd like to learn more about the ceramic press, or if you are choosing the ceramic press for a new restaurant, or if you are planning to replace existing the ceramic press, don't worry. Feel free to get in touch with our items in the videos or WhatsApp and email below. If you want to continue to learn more about the restaurant ceramic press methods, purchase and prescription and other real stuff, welcome to subscribe to our channels and open the small bells next to it. Then you will not miss this next exciting content.